Hello, my name is Miss Hepworth and I'm going to talk to you about preparing to take your classical guitar examination using the Trinity syllabus, using the new syllabus, which is 2016 to 2020. So this syllabus is brand new at the moment, so I'm just going to speak to you about what will be required of you in preparation for this exam, and it differs slightly from the old syllabus, so it's worth listening very carefully to the small differences, particularly in choices of pieces. So for the new syllabus, it is very similar to the old syllabus in that you need 3 pieces to start with. So for grade 1 as initial right through to grade 8, you'll need to choose 3 pieces from the grade book. So for example, if you were taking grade 2, you would need this grade book, which is marked Guitar Grade 2, Pieces Including Duets. So these grade books now contain all of the pieces you could choose from, as well as a selection of duets. And this differs slightly from the old syllabus. They are split into 2 groups, Group A and Group B, so half of the pieces in duets are in Group A, and half of them are in Group B. You have to choose 1 piece from each group, so 1 Group A piece and 1 Group B piece. You are then free to choose 1 more piece from either Group A or Group B. In this choice, you can also choose up to 2 duets for which your teacher will accompany you in the exam, and these, as I said, are contained in this book. So they are your 3 pieces, and they're a very important part of the exam, so it's worth spending a good amount of time preparing these. The next aspect of the exam is divided into 3 more sections. So I'm going to talk firstly about the scales, arpeggios and studies. Once again, it's slightly different to the old syllabus in that everything is now contained in this book. So this is the guitar scales, arpeggios and studies. You will have a choice within this section. You must prepare the first section, which is the technical exercise, and this is gone through grade by grade within the book. For example, here is a page from grade 5. So you must prepare section 1. You then have a choice between section 2 or section 3. So section 2 is scales and arpeggios, which must be memorised if you choose to use this in your exam. Section 3 is studies, and these need not be memorised. You can use the music for these if you choose to do this as part of your exam. So in brief, for the technical section of the exam, you will have to do your technical exercise, which is section 1. You will then choose between section 2, which needs to be memorised, or section 3, which does not need to be memorised. If you are taking grade 8, you will also have the option of concerto extracts, but this is only in grade 8 guitar. The final choice you will have to make for the final 2 smaller sections is between exactly the same as the old syllabus, the oral test, the sight reading test, the improvisation test, and the general musicianship test. If you are my student, I will always recommend that you take sight reading and oral, as these are very important skills to build on for your future as a musician. For the sight reading, which you will practice in your lesson with your teacher prior to the exam, you are given a piece of music you haven't seen before and given a set amount of time, usually up to 1 minute, to have a look and have a play through the music before you must sight read it back to the examiner. In the oral test, you will have to answer a series of questions based on the examiner playing an extract of music on the piano to you, and then asking you things such as the time signature, or maybe to beat time back or conduct time, depending on which grade you are taking. So in brief, you will play 3 pieces, and they will all be taken from your grade book. You will then play your technical section, which will include scales, arpeggios and studies, and these are all taken from this book. Finally, you will take 2 more short sections of the exam. So, for example, you would do sight reading and oral. So the mark breakdown is very important when you're thinking about how much time to put into the preparation of each section. So as I said, the pieces are really the main part here, but obviously everything is important because it all counts as marks in the exam. So for the pieces, you can earn up to 22 marks for each piece. So when we add that together, we get 66 for the 3 pieces. For the technical section of the exam, you can earn up to 14 marks. The final 2 sections carry less marks, but still need careful preparation. So for the sight reading, you can earn up to 10 marks. And for the oral test, you can also learn up to 10 marks. So when we add all of that together, it gives you a mark out of 100. And that is the mark you will be given on your mark sheet when you receive feedback after your Trinity exam.